A car accident that claims the love of his life. A head injury that robs him of his memory. And evidence that makes him the prime suspect in a murder case? Between you and me, Liz Lemon's boyfriend is not having a very good month. Are the visions he's seen real? Or is it just a bunch of mayhem? Today we're discussing 2002's Hellraiser Hellseeker, right here on Raising Chains.
Welcome to the worst nightmare of all. Reality. Which do you find more exhilarating?
It's getting hot in here.
The pleasure.
It's perfect.
I prefer pain.
Well, what do you think?
Hello! Hi, everyone.
Heyo.
Heyo! Oh, my God. What episode is this? 6?
6, baby.
Oh, my God. Episode 6 of Raising Chains, the Hellraiser podcast.
We're
Thanks for
halfway
coming
there.
back. Yeah, we're over halfway.
Yeah.
5.5 is the halfway mark. As of, ouch.
What?
We fist bumped. As of right now, who knows? There might be more media coming.
Yeah.
There's a video game
There's a video
keep
game.
getting ads for.
I saw some gameplay trailer and it actually looks fun.
Andy, the way this podcast has destroyed my algorithm, I get an ad for that video game and for that Boom Studios comic book re-release
Really?
every day. I bet if I opened my phone right now and looked at Instagram, we would see it.
I think because I still mostly send videos to my wife, it's still pets and people working out in Japan.
The workouts are in Japan? Or,
Yes.
Okay.
And sometimes I get a mix. I get a lot of ads for this bar in Japan that's specifically run by female bodybuilders.
Okay.
I'm not joking. It's for real.
And why are you getting that ad so much?
Because of all the workout videos that she sends me.
Sure.
You know, like, oh, you like
the
this?
workout videos.
From what I can tell from this bar, they regularly bully customers and doing things they don't want to do, like getting on top of the bar and singing and stuff like that. They're like, yeah.
They bully you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like American Gladiators, but it's a bar.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
It's pretty fun. I wish they had one here. I thought that would be pretty cool.
This could be our little entrepreneurial debut. We could open a fitness woman bar.
Yeah. Now, to be fair to the listener, Joey and I originally met trying to make a Hellraiser bar happen, and people were like, no.
Yeah, they said, we don't want that.
Yeah.
There's something sharp in my drink.
Yeah. Well, if you drink it, who's to say what'll happen?
And we kept saying we're spiking it by putting a nail inside of it. And they're like, one, that's uncool. It's in poor taste, and also it's dangerous.
Yeah. One of them, we put one of those like ice cubes that looks like Pinhead's head. And they're like, is this from Hellraiser 3? We're like, maybe. And they're like, please don't do that. This is actually a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Imagine, is this from Hellraiser 3? Yeah, at the bottom of every bottle of tequila we serve, there's the worm things from his brain nails. Don't drink it. Unlike the worm, which is good luck, this thing is bad luck.
You will get sick.
Yeah, don't have that. But oh my God, we are back for the 6th Hellraiser film.
Oh yeah,
Hellraiser Hellseeker, which we were kind of talking before rolling.
Yeah,
but I want to bring this back.
Yep.
I have thoughts on the continuing naming of Hell blank.
Yeah.
We had Hellbound Hellraiser 2, which I like that name. Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Cool. Then we get, what's it called again? Inferno. Then we go, and then Revelations,
okay, we get,
oh my God.
We get Inferno, then we get Hellseeker, then we get Deader.
What was it wasn't Revelation.
Revelations is the one that comes after Hellworld.
There is a Hellraiser Revelations?
Yes.
Okay. What's what I'm trying to think of? Generations? Bloodlines.
Yes.
I was looking for the word generations, but I was saying Revelations.
Generations is the Children of the Corn Hellraiser crossover that will probably be coming any day now.
Oh, can't wait.
I'd love that.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Well, we'd have content.
Yeah.
We'd have to.
We have to watch
Simply.
it, and we would watch it just out of fun.
Yeah, but I'm a little torn on Hellseeker. I don't love as a name.
No.
And especially because, as we will describe, there's no connect. I cannot find a way in which that name makes sense.
It's never really brought up. It does feel like something that an improv group did as like a fun little game before, like a warm up exercise. Yeah. Like they're like, okay, Hellraiser. Okay, all right, everybody.
Right.
Hell.
New choice.
Yeah, new choice.
but keep hell.
Okay. Warmed over? No, not scary. Move on.
I cannot believe there's a movie in this franchise called Deader.
Yeah, it is, dude. They were afraid people didn't understand.
I'm pumped for Deader.
See, guys, here's the thing. Remember we were talking about how Hellraiser Bloodlines was savagely edited, so as to make it easier for people to understand, quote unquote. That's what they said. I was like, I don't think so. Man, they just decided to do that for the next 4 movies. They're like, let's make it even easier to understand for people.
Yeah, truly.
There is a scene with Kirsty and Pinhead in this movie where they were like, we're gonna let Doug Bradley write all of the dialogue for this, and then we're gonna cut that down, even though we really wanted Kirsty and Doug to have this moment together because we thought about it and we were like, but what about all the new fans watching Hellseeker that won't understand what happened in the previous movies with Kirsty? I'm like, buddy, if that's your problem, you need to not do this, please, ever again.
Look, that's the thing. That's the issue with this franchise, and I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But because it's like the Cenobites, it's not about them. It's about them coming into someone else's life and decision making.
Yeah.
Therefore, every movie has to kind of be its own movie that they show up in.
Yeah.
And I know like 1 and 2, they directly follow the Kirsty lineage, which I find interesting. Mm-hmm. A better franchise would probably continue to just follow that.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like, okay, we just need a new set of characters doing their own thing that we happen to have Hellraiser in.
Which could be fun.
On one hand, you should be able to jump in anywhere. It's like, oh, there's just this movie, and then these people show up.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Final Destination. You're like, wait, the previous characters from Final Destination aren't in Final Destination 3. I'm like, it doesn't matter.
It truly, with even that, it's like, I don't even know if those have connective tissue.
No.
Or if it's just like I've seen all of them, and I'm like, I think 1, 2, and 3 are simply just movies where the same event happens, or like the same situation characters fall in. So
here's the thing. In the 80s, there were movies like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. And what they would do for these characters is give them a Tales from the Crypt-like show in which Freddy had his new nightmare show where he was like, hey, look at this crazy thing that happened. I had nothing to do with this. Or did I? I don't know. Well, I'll let you guess.
Right.
Friday the 13th had a TV series that was not connected, but then sometimes they would kind of like hint that it was connected to the Friday the 13th movie.
Interesting.
Both were owned by Paramount. And they asked Paramount, they're like, hey, can you not call us Friday the 13th? Because it doesn't make sense. They're like, we own the name. We're going to use the name. Yeah. Friday the 13th has such a strange thing going on with the Paramount element too, which is like the director who made the first one kind of just like hated it until it got him money. Yeah. And now he owns all the rights, even though he had nothing to do with any of the future ones. Right. Although I feel like he was in Jason X. He's got like some later connection, but for the most part, he made one movie, didn't even have Jason as we know him in it. No. And there's no more getting made because of him holding it all up. Yeah. He's a cool guy. Yes. Really. He's a real one. But like with these movies though, they feel like an anthology type thing, but just in movie form instead of a TV series where it's like, hey, here's these different characters and we are going to let you, Pinhead's just going to make an appearance from every now and then and be like, hey, I'm involved in this. Right. There's my box. You touched it. Yeah. Shouldn't have touched it. Now I got to do what I do. Now you solved it. They're like, I just touched it. He's like, no, you solved it. Like, I barely touched this thing. He's like, nope, it's solved. You know what? Something we haven't really discussed, but in most of these movies, someone just kind of touches the box. They rub that middle circle with their thumb. Yeah. And then it just like kind of does it. Mm-hmm. It's not a difficult puzzle to solve. No. Not in these newer movies for sure. And like, again, you talked about this in the last episode. We were talking about how like DVD sales are really big And so they were just like, we are going to
Yeah.
make some money with this. And they did. And the thing is that another series that was happening at this time was also the American Pie movies were going straight to DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Again, nothing related to the movies other than Eugene Levy showing up from time to time. Like,
yeah.
hey, my son did have sex with a pie. I don't know how I know you kids, but I will tell you about this. And I'm going to go now. See you later. Like, thanks, Eugene.
I know it's like a sex comedy, and I've seen the original ones, not the DVD straight to DVD ones, but
Sure.
I've seen I think the 4 or whatever, and they're fun. They're sure.
Yeah.
He had sex with a pie.
Yeah.
The one like everything else, you're like, yeah, that's like a crazy sex story, or whatever. But the whole movie centers on him having sex with a pie. I can't.
I still think about I remember okay, first off, I did not really want to go see that movie. That was not in me. But I came home from my dad's one weekend and my mom was like, oh my God, Andy, we watched the funniest movie over the weekend. The main character reminds me of you so much. I was like, what is happening? And she gave me American Pie. I was like, what part of this person reminds you of me? And then I had to sit in my room with the door closed. Yeah, that's what it was.
It's when you ruined Thanksgiving dinner that one time.
It was pecan, all right? It hurt me too, all right? Also, did you hear about that guy that baked a fresh pie and then immediately put it in and got 3rd-degree burns?
No, but that's what I assumed would happen.
There was a couple news stories about that. I was like, oh, that's very upsetting to hear.
Yeah. Well, then I heard he was trying to stop, so they caught him fucking the windowsill.
He's like, his dad's like, the couch, son, the couch. What's going on with you, man?
Look, I'm not trying to say anything out of pocket, but there's so many other things you could fuck before a pie.
Yeah.
There's other foods you could have sex with before a pie.
I was thinking a roast beef sandwich. I was like, I don't know.
I actually don't want to think about it.
I don't want to think about it anymore.
Let's pull the ripcord on this one, huh?
Let's go. Boom.
But hey, let's get into fun conversation Hellraiser, Hellseeker.
By the way, this is Raising Chains, a Hellraiser podcast.
Oh, yes. Thank you for listening and tuning into Raising Chains, a Hellraiser podcast. I'm Joey Berggren.
I'm Andy Ryder.
Oh, my God. Thank you for being here. And just a reminder that Andy would rather have sex with a roast beef sandwich than an apple pie.
Any day.
But a pecan, he has firsthand experience.
I'm headed to
I'd
Arby's.
go chicken pot.
Chicken pot pie? Mm-hmm. I'd still be afraid of burning.
Yeah.
Also, that crust.
Shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
It's mostly just mashed potatoes. Back to the Thanksgiving dinner.
Hey, how'd you get that rash gravy, I guess?
Don't touch the gravy, Bill. So we need to say right off the top, as we talk about 2002, what year is this movie?
2002.
2002's Hellraiser, Hellseeker.
Yeah.
This movie is going to be impossible to describe.
It's very hard. There's a lot of weird jump cuts, and we have a very passive main character.
This guy is being pulled through his day. It's jumping all over the place intentionally. It's part of the plot. Yeah. It's part of the story. But as we talk about it, we're going to be like, okay, this happens, then this happens, then this happens. There's a lot of just jumping all over the place.
I'm just going to go ahead and say this real quick. What we say is going to sound like nonsense. So what I want you to imagine is if you've been to Disney World, I assume most people have at some point in their life, if at least once, and you probably went on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Mm-hmm. This is that in movie form. This is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Whoa.
You don't know what's going on. There's weasels jumping out at you at one point. All of a sudden you're driving through hell and you're like, I guess I'm dead now. And then you're back up and you're like, okay, we're not dead anymore. And that's what this movie felt like a lot of times.
That's a great way to describe it, Andy. Yeah. I always liked rides where you'd be in a car, something that had wheels, and then it would spin. I remember Mr. Toad's would you're in a car, but obviously it would turn and stuff.
Yeah.
In a way that a car wouldn't. Yeah. And I remember thinking it would it was a fun little trick on my brain. We're not supposed to move like this.
That is
fun. It is a wild ride.
Yeah. I liked 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That was my favorite ride.
That was a cool one too.
I was like, the octopus. What?
I know. I had a fascination with giant squids and giant octopus. I always thought they were cool looking.
They are cool looking.
The Squid and the Whale exhibit in New York. I always looked at that picture online.
What is that? Oh, the movie?
The movie's named after the exhibit. I think it's in the one of the big museums, Natural History Museum maybe. But there's this gigantic whale being attacked by a squid.
Oh, I love that. That's very cool.
Yeah, you'd like it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
You got to look at it.
Show me a picture later.
Yeah, you want to see it right now?
I mean, I don't want to do it in the middle of the podcast.
Are you sure?
Everybody else can't follow this.
Everyone, go on your phone and Google Squid and Whale New York.
What's the
Which
point of
sounds
squid
like
in the pie?
Sounds like a clothing brand. Squid and Whale, New York.
Yeah. Dolce & Gabbana, Squid and Whale.
Yeah.
New York.
And who are you wearing? I'm wearing Squid and Whale, New York.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we are
Here,
selling
look.
Squid and Whale brand
Look how cool that
T-shirts
looks.
later on. I can't see it, man. Just turn away from me.
You can move.
That is cool.
Yeah, see, right?
For those of you who couldn't hear me, I said, this is cool.
Whoa, and even cooler, that I have that backpack that guy's wearing in the picture.
Oh, nice.
It's in the other room. It's North Face. It's
Yeah,
Squid and
dude.
Whale, New York.
I like it.
That's enough about the Squid and the Whale.
Squid and the Whale, done. But listen, this movie's very confusing. There's a lot going on in here.
We're going to describe it the best we can.
Yeah. You will. One of the first things you notice is the title starts off with a Dante quote. I'm like, I feel like they did that with Hellraiser Inferno somewhere as well.
Yeah. They're really getting into the Dante's Inferno element of all this, which,
Yeah.
like, leave it alone. It barely has to do with hell anymore.
Yeah.
We're not really dealing with hell. We're dealing with demons and pain and shit.
Yeah. The subtitle is the same size as the title for some reason, so it does make it confusing. You're like, is this Hellseeker Hellraiser or Hellraiser Hellseeker? I can't tell anymore.
Yeah.
And the font is awful.
The font is bad. There's also it's like a score done in guitar. Mm-hmm. It reminded me of Eric Clapton's like Lethal Weapon score, but if it was bad.
Yeah.
And not bluesy, just bad.
Yeah. It's not great. They cut corners here. This is also the first Hellraiser movie directed by Rick Boda. He directed the next two movies as well. So if you like the direction done in this movie, you will like the next two. And if you don't, he changes it up.
I will say this doesn't worry me.
Yeah. He's not bad. He's fine. He does some cool stuff.
This is our first direct-to-DVD of
Yeah.
these movies.
Yeah.
If you don't know, this movie stars Dean Winter. Winters? Winter? I can't recall.
I think it's Dean Winter.
But whichever it is, he's the guy, you may know him from 30 Rock. He played Liz's boyfriend, who was the
Winters.
Beeper King.
Dean Winters, yep.
Okay, confirmed. Winters.
He was in John Wick. He was the guy's
Yep.
like right-hand man.
I'd say most people now probably know him. He's the Mayhem. Is it Allstate? One of the insurance companies.
Yeah.
I think it's Allstate. He plays Mayhem in
Yeah.
a human form.
Yeah, he's like, I'm Mayhem. I'm opening a puzzle box. And you're like, what? Buddy, don't do that.
You're late for the game, so you opened a puzzle box.
Uh-oh, your kid's taking a little too long. Play that puzzle box some more. Let's see what goes on here.
Now there's a hook on a chain hanging off your cheek.
Call Allstate. They will do nothing for you. They will do nothing for you. They can't help you.
I feel like okay. Let's. I want to take a brief tour stop to go into insurance companies.
Okay.
So, as I can see it, Geico shows up, goes like, we're going to do irreverent commercials. We're going to have a fun little Geico because our name is Gecko. It kind of looks like the word Geico. Got this little Gecko. Great. Then they take that and go like, okay, we're going to do just a bunch of irreverent commercials.
Yeah.
And then every other insurance company goes like, well, we have to do this too.
Yeah.
So they all start doing it too.
Yeah.
I feel like none of them, I'll give it to Flo. Flo from Progressive.
Yeah.
She makes sense. I understand her game.
You don't like Farmers Insurance?
J.K. Simmons just being there?
He scares me every time. Knowing that he's in Oz, I'm like, I can't. I like when he's in the Spider-Man movies, I get so scared. I'm like, Peter, stop sassing the guy from Oz, please.
We know what he's going to do to you if you keep sassing. Look at the pie. That's an example. Look at every Thanksgiving dinner piece and you'll know. You're going to come out looking like the cranberry sauce can. So we've got what? The Limu Emu.
Yes.
Which is a detective with an emu partner.
Yeah.
We've got Jake from State Farm, which started as a fun gag.
Yeah.
Now he's just a guy.
Yeah, he's
who's
real
just
serious.
like hanging out.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Who is it? I think the worst of all, the worst offender is the like, don't turn into your parents bit they're doing. I think that's also Progressive. Mm-hmm. Where the guy's like leading a class of people to tell them, like it was a funny first commercial.
Yeah.
But now it's spread so thin. I'm like, I don't even understand what this commercial is. I don't understand what it's for. And I don't understand what the gag is of the ad
I don't
itself.
understand what it has to do with the insurance company. I will say that I've seen that guy in a sitcom that I was watching. I was like, this guy's hilarious. He's so funny in the sitcom.
He's good.
I was like, I'm glad he has regular work. That's all
He's
I'm going to
not
say.
bad in the commercials, but it's like,
I'm with you. I understand what you're saying.
can you explain what he's doing in less than 10 sentences?
Never.
I don't think so. I think
Never.
all these things take like a full paragraph to describe.
Yeah.
Other than the gecko and Flo.
Yeah.
Those I understand. The other ones I'm a little like, there's too much going on. Mm-hmm. Why is this guy the detective with an emu like recurring?
The Flow ones are hard for me because now there's like 4 other people involved. I'm like, don't do this,
But
please.
I will say at least they're all agents. They're insurance agents. I like get their game, right? They're
I don't get their
simply
game. I'm
an
like-
insurance agent.
I'm like, are you guys saying Flo can't handle this anymore? She's like starting to piece it out to other people. I'm like, she doesn't have to do this.
But like Mayhem, I get the idea is like things go wrong.
Yeah.
And he is like talking in first person as if he is the thing going wrong.
Yeah.
But then he's done 100 of these.
Yeah.
And you watch 60 on, you're like, I don't understand how this is Mayhem. I don't understand what this guy is doing. It just gets more and more confusing.
Yeah. I just don't pay attention to it anymore.
Yeah, I'm just uninsured now.
I can't because I don't have insurance anymore. It's real hard. When I first got here, one of the first jobs I interviewed for was, I want to say Aflac.
The duck.
Yeah, the duck. And then
Perfectly normal.
yeah, kind of. My friend had a little like squeezy Aflac duck that would say Aflac when you squeezed it. But I remember in the interview, midway through the interview, I was like, I don't think I want to do this. And then, sure enough, made the final decision on the way home. I was like, I do not want to do this. She called me. She's like, I think we're ready. I was like, I do not want to do this. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did they receive that well?
She said, okay. And then she hung up.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. She's like, I get it.
I one time interviewed for a show to work as like a PA on it. And I, in the interview, was like, oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this
the
at all.
show?
It was that Love, the
Oh, for
Paul
Netflix
Rust.
show?
Yeah. They were like, yeah, it's like a lot of like getting lunches. I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then a similar thing, they called me like, hey, we want to bring you aboard. And I had recently had another interview on a different show before that.
Yeah.
And I had not heard back yet. So I just said like, oh, I just got another show.
Yeah.
They said, oh, what show is it? And I told them because I felt like a little caught. And then they were like, oh, I know the person so-and-so. Like, that's great. And then I did not hear from that show. And then I felt extra weird that like maybe somehow they found out that it was a lie.
Yeah.
But hey, I didn't want to do it anyway.
I get it.
So
I turned down my first job out of college. I had an interview with a medical university. I had an interview at Verizon. Mm-hmm. The one cool thing that came out of the interview with Verizon is that like it was not really an interview as much as like you get tested on this stuff, like basically customer service stuff.
yeah.
And it was like an actual computer test. And I remember there was a girl sitting 2 rows behind me, and she had been in one of my classes in college. And I remember like when I was in that class, they asked her, they're like, oh, what's one thing you think you'll regret? She's like, if I ever move back to Charleston, I will regret that for my entire life. Whoa. And I was like, ooh, little Miss Regrets behind me, right? But then later, Verizon called me up. They're like, hey, we'd love to have you. And I hadn't heard back from the medical university, but I was like, I'm not going to do this. I'm sorry. I can't do this. Be calling people about their phone plans.
I wonder if she got the job.
I think she did.
Good for her.
Yeah, I'm really happy for her.
Sorry, what class were you in with her where they asked what your biggest regret would be?
It was like a business management class.
Interesting.
But she was like, the woman running it, like I liked her. She was kind of like a chatty Cathy. She was like, hey, I just want to know about everything about you guys. She was really nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I liked her.
Do you think anyone's out there going like, come on, get to HELLSEEKER?
Yeah. HELLSEEKER.
And it's kind about you.
Guys, like I said, this movie's going to be really hard to explain.
We're going to do our best.
All right.
So now we're going to jump into our famous segment. Let's talk about the movie.
Yeah. First scene, Kirsty and what's his name? Trevor. That's right. I'm sorry. He doesn't look like a Trevor at any point in time, but
no, but he also doesn't really look like a Dean to me.
No, I don't know but they're driving. They're having a good time. She does that thing that partners love to do, which is lean over and kiss you while you're driving.
Yeah.
My wife has tried it. I was like, please don't do that. That's what I said. I love you. Please do not do that.
Well, doesn't she also grab the wheel and pull it?
Yeah. To
get closer to you?
Yeah. I was like, don't put your hand there. And she puts her hand like on the gear shift. I was like, no. Yeah. So it's a good time.
Also worth noting, because I think we just kind of breezed over it, but like Kirsty from the first 2 movies is back officially in this movie.
Yeah.
With zero fanfare. She's just like playing the wife.
Yeah, okay, so they really wanted her bad in this movie, and they could not get a hold of her. And then Doug Bradley.
They literally were unable to get in touch with her.
Yeah.
This might be hearsay, I don't know, but I read the same thing you did.
Yeah, I feel like it's true though. Like Doug Bradley.
But like, there's literally like there's pipelines for this exact thing.
They named the character Kirsty just in case, but also there's like, it's just what we named her.
Yeah.
And Doug Bradley was like, he thought she was signing on, so he was kind of excited. He was like, oh, I know Kirsty. I can or not Kirsty, the actress.
Yeah, Ashley. Lawrence,
yeah, Ashley.
right?
I can hit her up. And so he hits her up and he's like, hey, this is the movie. And she's like, okay. So, but by the time she signs on, they're like, it's too late to change the script. I was like, is it though? Like, it's insane.
Shut it down.
Shut it down right now.
Full stop. Like, adjust.
Change the name of the wife character to something else, film that movie, and then do another movie with Kirsty.
Yeah. Bizarre.
So,
because basically at the point when she got onto the movie, it's just they named the wife Kirsty as sort of like a nod to the other movies. Mm-hmm. And then she signs on. It's like, okay, well, I guess we'll just make you actually the character, the nod. And then I found out the actress who plays Gwen, the boss, was going to play that role until Ashley Lawrence showed up.
Which I liked her.
Yeah, she was good.
She's good. So she goes to kiss him. He's like, what? No, babe. And then they go off the road into the
before
water.
that.
Oh, what?
It starts with them like tickle kissing, like playing around.
Yeah.
And then very quickly they both get like sad and they say, remember when things weren't so bad? We can survive. It's like, they're going through marital problems.
Yeah.
But it's truly like in the span of the start of the movie, it's like they're driving down the road, they're tickle fighting, giggling.
Yeah.
She's kissed by the tree. Then it becomes, hey, remember when things weren't so bad? We can get back to that.
This was definitely written by somebody who's never had an argument ever with us. They're like, I think this is how it works, right? You have fun, and then you like suddenly remember things are bad.
You immediately veer back into a sad conversation from earlier. And speaking of immediately veering, then the car launches off a bridge. This is all within the first 4 minutes of the film.
Which, this movie was made for $3 million. You're like, oh, there goes $50,000 right there. Right. Okay, good.
If you had like a pie chart, watch your penis. If you had a pie chart, you'd see a giant chunk for just like a bridge stunt.
It was crazy. And it wasn't even like impressive. You're just like, oh, there it goes. He comes to in the hospital. It's now a blue light.
And wait, in the car, when the car hits the water, because I'm taking frivolous notes as we're watching it. I'm like,
sure.
He gets out of this car. She can't get out of the car.
No.
Does not make sense. I rewound it because I was like, what? So he swims out, and at first she's stuck with her buckle. Mm-hmm. And then she gets it, but by that point, his door has shut again.
Yeah.
And then it won't open.
Now, the weird thing is, during the scene, they did, like, the one song that they could afford, they played Nelly's Hot in Here while that was happening.
Yeah.
It was very confusing. You're like, what are we doing right now?
But it sounded underwater. It was like kind of gurgly. And
so he comes to in the hospital. The coloring of the movie is now blue.
Yeah.
Now, if you've watched enough Hellraiser movies, you know that, hey, you're not in a good place anymore.
That's right.
So he's in this hospital room. The people are like, Trevor. He's like, okay, yeah, that's me, I guess. He's like, where's my wife? And they're like, we didn't find your wife. We have no idea.
Yeah, not dead, but we don't know where she is.
No.
Also, it's worth saying there's the female doctor, her name's Allison, is like looking out for him.
Yeah.
She's trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
But just something's off. You just feel like a bad vibe.
It feels very weird. He starts to get up, and then a detective walks over and he's like, hey, we didn't find your wife. And he's like, what? Okay. Like, are you looking for her? He's like, oh, we're looking.
Even before that cop shows up, he wakes up. He falls back as she gives him sleeping meds, Allison.
That's right. Sorry.
Then he wakes up in a like grimy hospital.
Yeah.
Tethered up, and they're cutting his skull open. He's getting like a lobotomy.
Which I thought was like awake. A callback to Hellbound.
Yeah.
Because there was some brain surgery in that one.
Yeah,
I was like, is this the same thing?
And it's like the doctor says something like, I'm working on the thinnest membrane that separates what feels pleasure from what feels pain.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm digging into your memories to help you remember. Mm-hmm. Then he wakes back up in that same hospital from before.
Yeah.
And then a cop shows up.
The cop shows up. He also calls out for Kirsty in his dream or whatever. He's like, Kirsty or something. He said something like that. And I was like, weird. Okay. Also, it's like weird because I've seen him play comedy. I've seen him play cops. I've never seen him play loving husband. And I think I know why now. I'm like,
a little less convincing.
Yeah.
I did like the cop guy.
The cop guy is really good.
I think he's quite good.
My wife thought that was the guy from Night Court. I was like, it's not.
I could see that though.
I thought it was too for a minute, and I was like, looked up, I was like, this is definitely not this guy.
Yeah.
I don't want you guys to think I'm so smart and I know Night Court so well. I was like, maybe it is.
You're brilliant, and you really know Night Court.
Yeah.
Do you mean the original Night Court or the current Night Court?
The original Night Court. Okay. And I thought this guy was really good, and I looked him up to be like, is he like in a lot of things? And it's like, no, not. I mean, he plays like a lot of small parts.
Yeah, no wiki.
Yeah, I was like, dang, that's crazy.
I thought he was good.
Yeah. He does a Columbo. The detective's like kind of like interrogating.
He does a lot of those.
He does a lot. He's like, oh, one more thing. I was like, buddy, don't do this.
Quit Columboing.
Yeah.
But I was grateful that he quickly goes like, they came back and said all the doors were unlocked in the car.
Yeah.
Like they immediately go like, hey, that was weird.
Yeah.
Which I was grateful for because I was like, wait a minute, this is like a big plot hole. We can't just move on with this. So, a classic issue with like, is the movie dumb or am I not giving enough credit to be like, it understands it's a movie?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so this is a weird thing. He gets on the bus, a city bus.
A lot of bus in this movie.
A lot of bus in this movie. Unnecessary bus, if you ask me.
A few. We probably could have lost every bus.
I was like, we don't need to do this bus at all. Like he tells a guy who's playing his metal on his boombox to turn it down. The metal doesn't feel real. I love metal. It feels like they asked a guy with a car, like, you just like riff for a little bit. And he's like, okay.
Yeah. The movie for like, we're just whatever. We got to spoil whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole movie is meant to be like what's real, what's fake. So there's a lot of these. It's not even like a jump scare, but like sort of like eerie sequences where it's almost supposed to be like dreamlike. Is this actually happening? And
Stranger
even
staring at him on the bus.
When he said, "Can you turn it down?" and everyone looks at him, I honestly thought it was going to be like, "There's no music playing." It had the energy of like, "What music are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But then there's a big biker dude that turns it up. So
he gets off the bus and a dog barks, and that's the jump scare for that scene.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Joey about this before we started. I was like, there should not be jump scares in Hellraiser movies. That is my opinion.
Especially not that kind. We don't
not
need
that kind.
that.
There are some cool moments and some cool moments, but like not that. Not where it's just like, oh, it's just a crazy door. The Cenobites are not trying to be scary.
Yeah.
They're very upfront about what they're there for.
Right.
And they're like, hey, did I scare you? Okay. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm here to torture you.
And
that's what I'm coming here for.
Like, if the scares are like a Cenobite is nearby, great.
Yeah.
But like a jump scare where it's just like some random thing on the street, like
No.
it doesn't. We don't need that
Lame.
dog. Yeah.
Again, Cenobites, you solved the puzzle. They walk through the wall. That is scary.
Yeah.
That is not a jump scare. They're like, hey, we're just doing what we do, man. That's
Right.
what we're about. So there's a dumb jump scare, and then he goes to his apartment, which I had to ask. I was like, I think part of the problem in their marriage might be their sad sack apartment.
Yeah, there's a lot of dingy, gross apartments in this franchise.
Yeah.
I will say.
Especially in this like movie, you're like, what? You seem to have a decent job. I'm sure Kirsty's not hurting.
Yeah.
So what's going? Why do you live on this side of town?
If I really think about it, I think the best house is in Bloodlines.
Yes.
That's probably the nicest,
That's
like
a good
most
one.
like livable home we see.
Yeah, the least decorated, but easily the best one.
Yeah, but kind of like an Art Deco, like it
Yeah.
felt like an art museum or something.
But even they had a shared laundry room.
Yeah, exactly. So he's at home. He's thinking about some nice times he had with his wife.
Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, if my wife ever goes missing, I'm definitely going to be reminiscing about the times we had sex, and it was
You
good.
have to think
you
about
have
the
to think
sex.
about that's what
the
he
first
does.
thing you think
I was
about.
like, what?
Oh, I miss boning my wife.
It's like, remember she was like really happy when we were about to do it that one time. She's like, I like this too. I'm like, oh.
He can't
good.
even eat without thinking about
No,
it.
he has to think about it.
Pie, anything. Chicken
Yep.
pot.
This also doesn't really go anywhere. It's just to like let you know, like he misses his wife.
I think what they're trying to do is really hearken like he is a loving husband who's like upset about his wife and confused. Like, why is there no information? Wow.
Yeah.
I saw her get like, essentially I saw her die. They're saying she's missing.
Yeah.
He's just playing the role of concerned husband.
Yeah. He goes to the office the next day, is immediately interrogated by his obnoxious friend / somebody pointed out in another review that like, they're like, is that guy his friend or is it his boss? Because at one point he's like, hey, you're running a little late there, bud, or whatever. And
I think it's his like coworker buddy who is looking out. They probably have the same level of responsibility.
Yeah.
But I think he's like, hey, don't let the boss catch you. Like, I don't want you to get fired.
Gotcha.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
The job is, again, very like flat, gray, blue, ugly, very like Office Space, Fight Club, just like a boring office. We see him at one point working on a spreadsheet, but it's like a very like, we're not going to show Excel spreadsheet, so it just looks really bizarre.
Yeah, you don't know what he's doing. It's a very boxy looking computer, and his friend's like, we got to make some sales or reports. I'm like, what are you talking about? For what?
He also had a thing where he's like, the coworker's like, where'd you disappear to? Did you get a piece of ass?
Yes.
Which I was like, what an inappropriate thing to say to your coworker.
But also, dude, if I had been in a car accident and my wife was missing, I'm probably not showing up to work that day. I'm probably like, hey, actually.
Yeah, which also they kind of seem to act like they don't know at the office at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he's told anybody.
Later on, it becomes more public, and people are acting like, oh, that, because people are looking at him funny, but not like, oh, that's the guy whose wife is missing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I do.
But so he's still just kind of confused, like, what's going on in my life? He's looking around, and he sees on his, like, wall, because he's in a cubicle, one of those, like, thumbtacked into the wall, there's, like, a cruddy little business card that says, all problem solved.
Yep.
And nothing else on it.
Yep.
So now he starts having, like, flashbacks.
Yeah, he's in a warehouse.
He remembers being in this dirty-ass warehouse, sees some people sewing, and maybe wonder, is this where they sew the bondage clothing? Mm-hmm. Maybe. There's some creepy-looking stuff there. Mm-hmm. And then he sees somebody said this was the same guy from the first two Hellraisers, the Vagrant guy. Yeah, I was curious if it's like a running. He seemed different, but I guess there's sort of like the Vagrant peddler,
right? And this was Doug Bradley playing again double.
Well, I was wondering if it was him.
Yeah, it was Doug Bradley. And he's like, I can help you out. And then a bunch of crows come
flying out the kitchen or whatever. Yeah. Then he wakes up back in the office.
Yep.
And again, we're going to do a lot of like waking up. Was I there? Was I not? Mm-hmm. So just follow along. I did at this point, I'm like, this is kind of fun. I'm enjoying the like jumpiness, the scattering, the confusion. Yeah. Like, again, we're 10 minutes in, but I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. The coworker comes back and he's like, hey, you're kind of low blood sugar. Like, it's not good for work. Go get a cookie.
Yeah.
He does. He goes to the vending machine.
Yeah.
There's a cool jump scare where a hand is inside the... Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I just hit this thing.
Oh, it's okay. It felt like you did it intentionally.
No, I mean, I did, but I was just like, what is this?
Oh, okay.
And I did that. Yeah, that right there.
Yeah.
That's the sound that you hear in Hellraiser Hellseeker a lot.
Right. So at the vending machine,
there's a jump scare because he's like, there's no sour cream and onion. He's like, what? And then he looks around and he's like, oh my God, there it is. G6. Okay. Okay. Also, it was crazy to me, like in this vending machine to see like how many different brands of chips were in there. I was like, wow, Lay's and Ruffles really want to get in bed with Hellraiser.
Yeah, really stocked up with chips.
Yep.
Then what appears to be his boss shows up.
Yeah.
Who's Gwen, this like pretty brunette woman.
Yeah. She's hot.
Who quickly gets all horny on him.
Yeah.
Starts like rubbing him, flips him around.
Oh no, first she threatens his job or something like that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I'm going to have to take care of you. And it's like,
she's
what?
like, I know you're naughty. Like she's very like intense about it.
Yeah.
At this point I wrote, this movie is nuts.
Yeah.
And then she points to the security camera, which I kept thinking this would come up at some point. It never does.
No.
But she points to the security camera like, hey, just remember they're always watching.
Yeah.
Which his buddy also did.
Yeah.
I'm going to find his name, so I don't have to keep saying coworker. Brett.
Yeah.
And Brett's like, yeah, keep an eye on the security cameras.
Mm-hmm.
So then he goes back to his desk.
Yeah. Computer turns on, and what should be there but video of him and his boss making out.
Yeah, the vending machine immediately. And not only making out, like she turned him around and was like rubbing up on him
frisking
from behind.
She was checking his pockets.
Yeah, they were all out. It was not just a nice kiss.
So do you have any more all problem solved cards? He's like, no, I just had the one. She's like, can I borrow it? It was just really weird. He doesn't even attempt to turn down the volume. He's like, oh, like he's never been around a computer before. Like, turn down the volume.
He's just kind of like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Dingbat.
He decides to go see the police.
They call him.
Yeah.
At work. Bring him in.
This is how childish I am. I did like laugh when the officer said there were no skid marks on the bridge. I'm like, ha, skid marks. See, even your laugh was good.
No,
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Andy, that was good. I'm sure they meant that to be a joke too.
Yeah.
So he's implying like maybe it was driven off the bridge intentionally.
Yeah.
Which he's like, no, my wife's dead. What, you guys are crazy.
Yeah. Why would I do that intentionally?
So then this is where he's on the bus again. He gets off and sees a masked figure watching him.
Again, the bus does not need to be in there. It feels like it's a weird filler. It doesn't do anything for the story.
It definitely feels like filler, and also like this masked guy doesn't really go anywhere either.
No, ever. Like at any point in time, you're like, what is happening right now?
Then he goes home.
Because at least the masked guy in Inferno ripped it off to reveal he was the guy the whole time. And you're like, oh,
yes. Yeah, so he goes home, and then out the window, he sees the guy in a building across the street. Mm-hmm. And then I kind of like this. He starts choking.
Yep.
But it's all on water. He starts like puking water, and then he's like soaking wet from water.
Yeah. And then he has a seizure, which is followed by a weird CGI eel coming out of his throat.
Yeah. He pulls it out, right?
Yeah.
Like the eel, I don't know. The eel thing's weird. I get what they're doing because he's underwater. He died. Mm-hmm. But it's just, I don't know.
Spoiler.
Well, we'll get there.
That's fine.
That's the thing, Andy. And we'll get to. I think this movie is so much better if you tell the same story. You just need to tell it differently.
Yeah.
To have it be like a pseudo twist near the end. Like if the stuff with Kirsty came in like halfway through, and built it around that more, I think this movie would be great.
Yeah.
I actually really like what they're doing, just not how they do it.
There are moments where I definitely like this movie. I think when I was watching this, the first time I ever saw it, I really liked it. I was like, this is fun and different. It's cool. I also watched it out of order. I didn't watch it right after Inferno. I just watched whenever.
God forbid you don't have the context of Inferno to take you through.
I'm so confused. But the other thing is, too, that I think when I watched, I was like, this is cool. I was just having a decent day. And I think when I watched this movie, I was like tired or something like that. So I was already kind of annoyed that I was like, I got to watch this. This is the only time I had to watch. Yeah. This is the only time I had to watch the movie before we did this episode. So I was like, all right, here we go. And then I was like, I think I would have enjoyed this a lot more if I hadn't.
I will say we've got to a point in the franchise where we're kind of like, this feels a little like homework to have to watch it. I always enjoy it, but I'm like, all right, here we go. So
I asked, why again is this apartment sad?
Well, now there's an eel in it, so it's at least a little better.
Yeah, it's a little more lively. He wakes up, realizes that was a dream too. Which, here's the thing: he is so passive in this movie. I was like, dude, stuff's happening to you. Do something about it. Don't just be like, well, I guess I'll just keep letting stuff happen to me now.
Here's my note: he needs one trustworthy person to talk things out with.
Yeah.
Because we just have to read it all on his face, and God bless Mayhem, but like we're not getting a ton to read off his face and emotions. I think he's a good actor. I don't think he's bad.
I think he's good.
I think he's noticeably better than the guy from Inferno.
Yes.
Thank God. But I had to think like, man, I wish he was in Inferno and that was just like the one movie.
I wish we had the dad from what's the show called? Dexter. The dad from Dexter should be in this one as a psychologist again.
Yeah.
I was like, he needs that guy to be like, oh no, you're not crazy. That stuff is wild that's happening to you right now.
We needed some sort of like character for him to open up to.
Yeah.
Because everything is untrue.
Yeah.
And a thing I like is in this movie, there's a lot of people, there's a running theme of like someone comes up to him, treats him a certain way, and he's like, I'm not that guy. And they're like, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Implying like he's not the guy he thinks he is.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that is interesting. I like that as a story concept.
I think it's fun.
But does it work? I don't know.
No. Speaking of, his neighbor shows up at his door. Mm-hmm. She's knocking. She's like, hey, I got a new tattoo. It's just beneath my belly button. I'd like to show it to you. And he's like,
totally normal thing for a neighbor to do.
Neighbors do that all the time.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my next question. I have to ask this real quick. She's obviously flirting with him, and he's like, okay, my wife just died. She's like, okay.
Yeah.
Which I was like, even if you
I know.
That's a really weird thing to do.
Well, let's let it be known that both her and Gwen, the boss, he tells them both like, hey, my wife just died. And they seem to like just plow straight through that information.
Yeah. Which leads me to my next question. Joey, is Trevor like a hot piece of ass or something? Like I don't understand.
It is certainly what the movie is implying.
Yeah.
They are saying, man, that every woman that sees this man is throwing themselves at him.
Yeah, they got to have him. They know he's married. They do not care.
Yeah.
Gots to have him. And I was like, that's super weird. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. He sends her off, and he finds video of his 5-year anniversary in which he gives her a lament configuration. Mm-hmm. And
kind of aggressively.
Yeah.
He's kind of grumpy on the tape.
He's like, open it.
And she's like, And he's like, I've been waiting a long time to give you this.
Yeah.
And she's like very distraught, like, where did you get this? Where'd you get this?
Yeah.
And then he hears a noise in the other room. Mm-hmm. And it's Gwen, his boss.
Yeah.
She is ready to hook up.
Yeah. How does he not have a permanent erection at all times? I'm just like, okay, did you have women throwing yourself then that sells at you all the time? You're like, oh my God. Even if you're not like interested, your body's probably like, hey, but let's.
No, they're ready. He has to hook up today because everybody's throwing themselves at him.
Yeah. She sets up a camera, which like this is 2002, so it takes a little longer. She can't just pull out her phone like, all right, we'll just do this.
Right. No, she's got a full ass.
Yeah.
There's a boom op.
Do you want portrait or do you? No, you don't want portrait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got it in sport mode.
Yeah.
So he turns her down.
Yep.
And she says, you can say goodbye to that promotion. And then she's like, I'm getting out of here.
Which is what I say to my wife after we have had sex. I'm like, say goodbye to that promotion. She's like, what?
Yeah, reviews are
in. She's like, you don't have any kind of hiring or firing ability. Like, well, you don't think so.
Yeah,
but.
you say that now. So she leaves. Gwen leaves. But what I actually thought this was rad. I loved this. The camera, he sees in the little viewfinder.
Yeah.
Himself and her hooking up.
Yeah.
But it's the live feed. It's not like pre-taped. He's watching what the camera's seeing. Mm-hmm. And it's like if he turns it a little, he sees a turn. Then he sees in the video just her on the chair being suffocated by two Cenobites.
Yeah.
And she's got it's like a plastic bag over the face.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to save her. Honestly, kind of a cool effect. I thought this was like
I thought it was really neat. I liked it a
cool
lot.
Sequence.
I also think this movie defines edging. It's just a bunch of people like we want to. He's okay, all right, see you later.
Yeah, I think this is where it all comes from.
Yeah,
they used to call it hell-seeking. And if you did it in Helsinki, it would be a real treat for wordplay lovers alike. So then, of course, Helsinki, we're coming through there on this tour. So he wakes up back in his office. The coworker is giving him a hard time for getting paid to do shit.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, I think he fell asleep on the job.
Yeah. I asked him, does he not have sick leave of any sort? Is he just like, I went through it all already?
Dude, I don't know. I can't figure out what's going on in this office. Yeah. But the coworker gives very kindly, Brett, he gives him a name and address of someone who can give him exactly what he needs.
Yeah. He also tells him that Gwen is missing. He's like, by the way, Gwen, I haven't seen her.
Yeah. And you
like,
hear someone in the background go, anybody seen Gwen? Like a very 80-yard line.
He gets a recommendation for an acupuncturist. Mm-hmm. Which, again, another reviewer pointed out, he's like, why is this acupuncturist in her own apartment? That doesn't feel safe.
Yeah, it's a home acupuncturist.
Yeah, I was like, I would not feel
certainly
comfortable
not
doing
sanitary.
That. No.
She's poking him in his lower back. She's helping him out.
Yeah.
He has a vision of that guy inside the warehouse, but it's giving him a different puzzle.
Yeah.
You notice that? Like a round one?
Yeah, he even says, like, this is a different configuration or something like that. And I was like,
that's kind of cool. Yeah. Doesn't go anywhere?
No, I think somebody dropped it and broke it. Like, damn it. Okay, we are going back to the original box.
Open the lament. We need it.
Yeah.
So at the acupuncturist, so stupid. There's a giant poster of like where to put the needles in, like a human-sized, like the Da Vinci human, but with pins in his body or whatever. Pinhead comes through the poster.
Yeah.
Which I did read. Doug Bradley specifically liked that.
Yeah,
that's why it's
he
in the
thought
movie.
that was funny.
So he comes out of the poster. Score's going nuts. The original score's back. I was like fired up. We're seeing Pinhead. Pretty cool. He pulls a pin out of his head. It drives it straight through Trevor's neck from the back.
Loved it.
Cool effect.
I was like, this is how it should be done. This is like actual Hellraiser type scares.
Yes.
It's like, this is not me trying to scare you. I am just doing this.
At this point in the movie, I'm like all in. I'm like, hell yeah, this is fun. I'm liking this movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
So he gets a call from the cops, and this time it's the cop's partner.
Right.
And now, for what it's worth, the detective he's been working with, very kind. Like he's definitely like a cop. He's doing what he's got to do.
Yeah.
But he's coming to Trevor from like an understanding place. He's like, trying to get to the bottom of the case. Whereas this detective's partner, this guy, he's like, no nonsense. You killed your wife. Like he's very he's implicating Trevor.
Yeah. He's like, you wanted your wife's inheritance. He's like, what? She's like, yeah, she had a nice inheritance from her dad and her uncle, somebody pointed this out and it did make me laugh. He's like, what did Frank invest in? I was like, dirty mattresses. He sold dirty mattresses.
Yeah. It's that dirty mattress money. So he thinks he killed her for that inheritance. And he's like, I've never heard about this. I didn't know she had inheritance.
Yeah.
This is all new to him. So back home, his neighbor comes in again, like she's like, can I borrow something?
Yeah.
She's like, I want you.
Which that's a line that I've used on my wife before, and it never works ever. I'm like, can I borrow you? And she's like, I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, because you say it like someone in an office, be like, hey, can I borrow you for a second?
Yeah.
Like,
she's like,
you're not going to get the promotion.
She's like, you told me I wasn't going to get the promotion last night. I'm like, did I?
Yeah. We'll circle back.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So
I BCC'd you on this.
Women are just throwing themselves at him.
They love him.
They start hooking up.
Yeah.
Him and her, they're making out.
Yeah.
But he starts thinking about, it's like flashing to like Cenobite thoughts.
Yeah.
And one was like a thing over his mouth.
Yeah.
With like a thing going into it.
That's what I said. I was like, in this movie, there are no fingers in the mouth, but a giant screw is put in his mouth.
But it's just such like, it's like little flashes. You don't see it enough, you know. But kind of cool, like clever to do it that way. Also in the footage of Gwen being attacked by the Cenobites on camera, you only kind of see them like they're standing behind her, so their like heads are kind of framed out. Like you're only getting like glimpses of Cenobites and stuff so far.
I wrote a note in a scene because, like, not saying this movie's been tame, but it's tame by some Hellraiser standards, maybe.
Yeah, there's not a lot of gore at this point.
And I was like, was this movie intended perhaps for TBS?
Very funny.
Like a TV movie of some sort. TBS, very funny. This is before they became very funny. They were like, TBS very gory?
Yeah.
And they're
very
like, no.
Pleasure versus pain.
Yeah.
Too wordy, though.
Very, you called, we came.
Yeah. Very come to daddy.
Yeah.
That could be. Ted Turner might be a huge fan. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
But I do think there's still some like good thrills and chills.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just not the gore and pseudo-sexual vibe we're used to.
Yeah.
Other than all these horny women coming at Trevor.
Yeah.
So he hooks up with her, has these thoughts about the Cenobites kind of flashing by. Then he wakes up in bed.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa, was that a dream? Was that real?
She's dead.
But his hands have blood all over him, goes out in the living room. She's tied up and dead.
Yep.
In the living room.
Sees
in like
reflection-
sort of a like the chair they were hooking up on. Like not like she got tied up and tortured, more like bondage and then he killed her or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He sees a reflection of Pinhead in the mirror.
Yeah, as he's washing the blood
"What?"
off.
Yeah.
Pinhead says, all problems solved.
Yep.
Walks back out there and everything's gone.
Yep.
We're back to normal.
Goes over to her place, knocks on the door, and she's like, yeah?
Yeah, she's there like, huh? What's up?
Yeah. This is where I feel like reality leaks in briefly for just a moment where she's like, oh, I don't.
Yeah, this scene we're going to come back to at the end because I'm actually very confused by it.
It is very confusing.
And then her like boyfriend comes out like very like, can I help you? And not for nothing, but I was like, this is her boyfriend? This is the actor you cast?
Yeah.
He's like 6'2" and portly. She's like, I don't know, like not that doesn't happen, but it was just like, I would have expected like the intimidating boyfriend to be like a little hunkier, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, Trevor is the hottest piece of ass in this movie, so
absolutely
that's you can't out hot him.
Right. Now we're back at the precinct. Again, we're jumping all over the place. And it's not us, it's the movie.
It is the movie.
He's at the precinct. He overhears them talking about him inside a closed office.
Yeah.
He hears like a bunch of guys talking about him.
Yeah.
He puts his ear to the door. When he does that, the door opens and it's just the detective.
Right.
There's no one else in there.
No.
I like that kind of stuff.
I thought that was cool.
I really enjoy these sort of like what's real, what's not. There's a lot at the precinct. Yeah. There's a couple times when he's like, he just looks over and sees people like violently beating someone with blood splattering. And like, there's a lot of like what's real at the precinct too.
Yeah. It was very odd. His boss is missing, possibly dead. That's what the guy tells him, like, your boss is missing, possibly dead. Were you responsible? He's like, no.
Right.
He is given a piece of paper that is then turned into a box all of a sudden.
He sees a detective like holding, like
folding
paper.
Turns into a box.
Turns into the box, and then he looks and that guy never was there in the first place.
Yeah. I will say in this movie, it is devoid of close-up magic, unlike Inferno.
Yeah, we don't get a single cigarette flip or any sort of, hey.
No. I'm sure they asked Dean Winters, they're like, can you do anything with your hands? And
Yeah.
he was like, no.
Could you make 3 little red squishy balls disappear?
Yeah. He's like, I can play most of Hotel California. And they're like, we don't need that in this movie.
On a dark desert highway. We're like, no, Dean. Hey, Dean, focus.
Though,
Actually, in my head.
lyrically, that song does fit with this movie.
Yeah, you can check in, but you can never leave.
Yeah, because the song's about hell. So
He does say this could be heaven, this could be hell.
yeah,
This could be Heaven Seeker, this could be Hell Seeker.
Heaven Seeker
Eagles?
is a
Crows flew out of that one part.
Oh, yeah.
Eagles and crows are both birds.
I like
Coincidence? Probably not.
I like Heaven Raiser, Heaven Seeker.
Heaven Seeker.
Yeah, that was a Trinity Broadcast Network movie
I would
about
watch
a man
that.
who kisses his wife to life.
I sentence you to kiss your wife for life.
Okay, well, doom.
So he's also throughout this, he's having like visions that like imply that he might have been the one at some point to open the box or seek out the box.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting flashes of like what looks like, the first Hellraiser of like, I want to open this thing. I want this box. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to use it. But we're not seeing enough to fully contextualize it, which I thought
Right.
was cool. You're like, okay, there's something going on.
Yeah, you're definitely seeing like his memory slowly start to return, but he's still not sure what it means.
Yeah.
He goes to see his doctor, the blonde woman from the beginning
Allison.
of the movie. Super helpful. She's apparently a psychiatrist as well. Like, she's like, oh, yeah, I got advice for you. I'm like, no doctor I've ever met would ever do any of this.
Yeah.
And I have friends who are doctors, and they're still like, I don't want to talk to you. I'm like, okay.
A couple other things. So he's back at work and he's talking to, because he sees Brett, his buddy,
Yeah, he does.
at the precinct.
Yeah.
Who does like a finger to the lips, like shush,
Yeah.
don't say anything.
It's so
So
weird.
when he's back at work, he's like, hey, what did you tell them about
Yeah.
my wife? Like, what'd you implicate? Like, what did you tell them? He's like, nothing, dude, nothing. You got to keep your mouth shut.
Nothing they didn't already know.
Yeah, he was saying
says.
nothing they didn't already know. And he's like, what did you tell him about her murder or something like that? And as he says it, he looks in his cubicle and the detective is sitting there having heard it. And he's holding the box.
Yeah.
The Lament Configuration. He's like, we found this near the scene of the accident.
Yeah.
Then we go to the break room.
Well, no, he sits down, and then the detective's like, I'll see you later. And he turns around, and the detective's no longer, it's his partner, not the detective anymore. And you're like, oh.
That's right. Yeah. We're getting a lot of like, they switch off which detective he's dealing with.
Yeah.
In the break room at work, though, I want to talk about this.
Yes, yeah.
He's confronting Brett Moore.
Yeah.
And they start playing darts on like a bar-style dartboard.
Right.
In the middle of a work break room. It is so bizarre. There's like a vending machine, sinks, the sink, a little table,
Yeah.
and like a old shitty bar-style dartboard.
Which I'm going to go ahead and say this, having worked in several different offices, dartboards aren't allowed, especially not with real
Certainly not.
darts. Somebody's going to get hurt.
And it was one of those like Chekhov's guns where I was like, okay, like someone's going to get stabbed with a dart, or like there's got to be a reason they put this in here. Nope. Just for color.
They both take turns singing the hit song, This Is How You Remind Me, while they play darts.
Yes,
They can't afford a jukebox. They're like, one of us has to sing.
There should be a jukebox in there, honestly.
As they sing it, he starts to remember things.
Oh, and then he smashes a glass in his hand.
Yep.
Hurts his hand.
Yep.
We're back on a bus.
Yep.
He calls for Allison at the hospital.
Yep.
They're like, we don't have an Allison.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, she's a resident. She's always there. He's like, no, we don't. They're like, we don't know an Allison.
Yeah.
So then he goes to the acupuncturist.
Next best thing to a doctor.
Yeah, again, we're just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
He's at the acupuncturist. She mounts him.
Yeah.
She gets on top of him.
She initiates dry humping.
She starts trying to get it on with him as well.
Yeah.
But then she grabs an ice pick to stab him with.
Yep.
And we see her like start the stabbing motion. Then of course we cut away.
Yeah. He's in an ambulance.
He's in the back of an ambulance on the stretcher.
And he was like, I was having sex with this woman, and they laugh because they're real people.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you talking about? They're like, you passed out on the back of a bus.
He actually, his line, I liked his line. He said something like, that's a lot better than what happened, buddy. Or
Yeah.
something like that. And it turns out he fainted on the bus, and imagine all that. He didn't
Yeah.
go back to the acupuncturist.
Yeah. We don't know what part was real and what part was not real, but were the darts real?
I feel like one thing I do think this movie does pretty good is like we are ramping up the like what really happened, what
Yeah.
didn't. Like from like the boyfriend neighbor thing on, it really starts ramping up of like what thing's real, what's not. Because he goes after the ambulance, he's back he's back at the hospital.
Yeah.
They keep saying there is no Allison here.
Right.
And then she shows up and starts talking to her.
Yep.
And while he's talking with her, there's like a janitor over here, like listening in on them.
Yeah.
And then at one point, the janitor's like, "Hey, buddy, who are you talking to?"
Yeah.
And then we realize Allison is not there.
Yeah.
So it's getting a little trippy at this point.
It's getting kind of
We're
weird.
like, what's going on?
I also wrote that the bus should have had a scene with Lemmy as the bus driver. Lemmy from
That
Motorhead.
would have been a fun little.
That would have been amazing. I would love that. He goes back to the warehouse where he got the Lament Configuration.
We think.
Where at least the card that says all things handled told him to go. Right?
All problem solved.
All problem.
All things handled.
Sorry, that was from the Hellraiser movie.
Yeah. All things handled.
HELLSEEKER. He sees Pinhead in a puddle, who then talks to him.
This was cool.
Yeah.
Fun little shot reverse while he's upside down in the water.
I liked it. I was like, this is so dope. I kept telling that to my wife, who had walked back out to get a glass of water. I was like, look, this is so dope. And she's like, I am busy.
Leave me alone.
Yeah. He starts to remember stuff, but he's still not sure what it all means. He leaves the warehouse, runs into Brent, who pulls a gun on him.
Yeah, this was crazy. He does say this amnesia thing is getting old.
Yeah.
Which I liked that.
Yep.
And then I'm not sure why, but Brett shoots himself in the head. And the exit wound it's in his mouth, and the exit wound in his forehead is CGI.
Yeah.
And they just kind of made like a little chunk of skull fall off.
Yeah.
It's a really bad effect.
It's not good.
It's really bad. They should have just cut away. Like, he goes back to the acupuncturist.
Yep.
It's like playing Clue.
Yeah.
Just in one room, then a different room, then back in another room, then another room. Looking for the rope. She's got...
What are you looking for the rope for?
In Clue.
Oh, I never played it.
You've never played Clue?
No.
Why not?
I didn't see the movie, so I was like, I probably don't understand the
The
game.
movie came after the game.
Yeah.
The movie's good too.
Yeah, I've heard.
You should watch it.
I will.
But it'd probably be more enjoyable if you kind of understood the game.
Yeah.
You should find like YouTubers that played it.
Okay.
And just watch them play it.
Oh, man. Is it on Twitch?
Probably.
Okay. I would just
Or
want to
YouTube.
monetize it for somebody.
You should do a channel where you play games you never played for the first time.
Yeah.
Have you played Sorry?
Yes.
Okay. Have you played Parcheesi?
No.
I think they're similar. Have you played Chinese Checkers?
I knew people who did, but I never got my chance.
What else? What other good board games? Monopoly?
Played Monopoly.
I played Monopoly.
Never
but
to completion, but I played it.
You're edging.
I edged Monopoly
Yeah, you edged
with my
Monopoly.
family for a minute, and then we just never finished because people get mad and they
Shouldn't
just want
edge
to
with
leave.
your family. I realized recently that I'd never played it like old enough to understand like the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
Like I kind of didn't understand you like buy property and have to pay people when you land on it.
Yeah.
Which is literally what the game's point is.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that.
My brother bought Monopoly for the Xbox, which I was like, what is this? Is it different? He's like, no, you just press a button to roll the dice and then...
But I don't have to talk to you, so it's more fun.
Yeah. There's like he had 30 different versions of Monopoly on this one game. Like he had like Jungle Monopoly. He had like...
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we get to raise some wood jungles right now and just destroy them in terms of putting hotels there. So it's fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I liked playing as a shoe. I liked the little things you could be. Remember, they were all different.
I liked the shoe when I played Super Mario 3 and you could get inside a shoe and crush things. And I was like, that's what I'm doing right now.
That was fun too.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. I liked playing as the car usually. I wrote a joke about Monopoly and I remember a semi-famous comic. He's like one of Jay Leno's like main writers. And he's like, I like that joke. He's like, you should add this bit in about the canon. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I'm not going to say no to Jay Leno's joke writer, who is very funny himself. And I was like, all right. So I went and did that joke to blank stares from everybody.
Oh.
And I looked it up and realized the canon had been replaced a long time ago by a penguin or something like that. And I was like, oh, nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Was this an old Leno writer?
Yeah. Which I also remember the canon because I had a used copy of Monopoly from Goodwill. That's what I played with.
I know there was a cannon.
Yep. There used to be it was like a giant gun.
There was like a dog, a thimble, a car, a shoe.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Cannon.
And apparently a cannon.
A little piece of paper that I added in as my own piece. I was like, that's Andy.
That's Andy's paper. Dibs on paper. I want to be paper.
Yeah.
I was
put
like,
a
you
little
can be-
lament configuration box. I was like, it's a lament configuration.
I want to be Ric Flair. Yeah, that's Andy's. Hey, you guys got to pick up the toys a little better. Okay, so he goes back to the acupuncturist.
Why don't we make our own pieces for? I'm sorry, why
can.
don't we make our own pieces for board games and not be like, hey, I'll just do whatever.
It
that
could be
gives.
anything.
I think it should be. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? He goes back to the acupuncturist.
Yeah. She did.
She's got a pinhead needle in his head, is what I wrote. She's got the pinhead needle in his head.
In her
She's
head.
dead.
Yeah.
But I can't, you don't. Do you ever see Gwen dead? The boss?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Okay, so she's dead, and as he's she's got the pinhead needle in her head, and he's removing it.
Yeah.
As the door opens, he kind of swings it like a little sword, like
Yeah.
stand back.
Yeah.
And then it's the cops. he's in trouble, and his detective friend starts reading him his Miranda rights.
Yeah.
So it's happening. He's in trouble.
And again, here would be a sweet moment for our good pal just to be like, why are you guys following me? Like, how did you know I was going to be here? Like, what's happening right now?
Like a tip or something.
Yeah, something.
So we're at the precinct. He's getting booked.
Yeah.
And the detective's just sort of like doing the whole like, we're just like trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Like just lay it all out. Let's get it all figured out. It's looking extra blue at the precinct this time, I would say.
They found a body in the river. Mm-hmm. And they now say, we think you're guilty of every woman's death
Yes.
in this movie. Not every woman.
Correct.
Yeah.
They're starting to think you're our killer.
Yeah.
Also, the bad cop comes again, the other detective, and he's looking a little like corpsey.
Yeah.
They've got some prosthetics on him or something. He's just looking a little spooky.
This whole scene, again, Joey and I were talking about this, it feels very Kafkaesque, where it's just like, oh, everybody's against you and that you don't know why. They have no real clues or anything like that, but they're like, you did it. You definitely did it, and we're going to make it stick.
To be clear, I didn't say it was Kafkaesque. You did because you know Kafka.
Yeah.
I bring like the clue information to the table. So this had to
Right.
do with like Colonel Mustard. I could explain a little further.
Yeah.
But if it comes to like metamorphosis, you can kind of handle that.
Yeah. Is Lady Peacock, is that one of the clue people?
I believe it's Miss Peacock, but yes. She's the maid, I think.
Nice. You know what? I was thinking about this. I have never played Clue, but I did play Clue Junior, which is like a children's version.
Okay, you definitely can't say you've never played Clue if you've played Clue Junior.
Yeah, so I had to think
They're
about that
the same.
because we lost the game and I only played it like once or twice.
Where'd it go?
My mom was like, I don't want to really play this. My mom,
You had an anti-Clue home?
Listen, I had a single mom for quite a bit of my life, and she. There was times where she was like, maybe I don't want to play board games with my children, which I understand. Like, I get that. Yeah.
And that's where the Xbox came in.
That's where, yeah, exactly. That's
Jungle
where we got
Monopoly.
a Nintendo and we got really good at playing Mario Brothers.
That's why you like that shoe better?
Yeah.
So the detective starts walking to his cell. He's getting booked.
As he's doing, he sees that metal guy from the bus. He's now an EMT.
Yeah, and he's like screaming at him and...
Yeah.
Or not the metal guy, the
Detective.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's walking to his cell. He sees like a straitjacket guy being crazy, and it's looking a little gnarly down here.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The guy's like, just go a little bit further. We're gonna figure this all out. And he goes through, and then the guy closes the cell door behind him.
A gate.
Yeah. And then the detective says something that's not particularly memorable, but was weird.
Well, Trevor's saying like, I'm not the guy you think I am. Like I am a good person. I know who I am.
Yeah.
And the detective's getting a little kind of like not sassy, but just has a little attitude. And he's like, you know what? That's what I like about you. You know what? You stick to who you think you are. Like, it's good. You got to do that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And then we see something a little crazy.
Yeah. Something bubbles out the side of his head, and it becomes his partner's head.
Yeah, he's got sort of like, remember Johnny Knoxville in Men in Black 2?
Yes.
It's kind of that effect where there's like a secondary head growing off of him.
Yeah.
That's the bad cop.
Yeah. This was probably also a good $75,000 out of the budget of the movie.
This was the other chunk of that pie.
Yeah. Even though it's not very good. But it's like, this is the best we could
do.
do.
It looked fine. It's like, it's one
okay.
of those things of like, oh, it's a clever idea. It just doesn't look great. It's 2002.
Yeah.
He starts looking around that grimy basement.
Yeah.
Trevor's trying to figure out like what's going on down here. He sees some like viscera, some gross stuff.
Some people being tortured behind cell bars or whatever.
And then I wrote, And then who do we see but Pinhead?
Yeah.
And, Pinhead is in the morgue. Here we go. Literally 14 minutes left in the movie.
Yep. It's Mayhem on a budget, baby.
Yep. Mayhem and a budget.
He gets chained. Chains come out of nowhere.
He's demanding Pinhead. He's like, I want to see my wife.
Yeah.
And he kind of like stands up to Pinhead. I was like, this could be cool. And then the chains grab him.
Yeah.
He's hooked.
He's trying to move forward, and the chains are like literally holding him back.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's pretty neat.
Now we start getting flashbacks to like we're kind of figuring out what really happened.
Yeah. We see that he did try to he goes to see that vagrant guy, which, guys, again, people hand you business cards. You don't have to follow through on the business card. Do some online review. What is this about? Who's this? He goes there and the guy's like, I got other things to solve your problems. This box, which a normal rational person would be like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, give me some more clues on this. But he's so desperate, I guess, that he's just like, Trevor's like, yeah, okay, sounds good. Mm-hmm. He gives it to his wife. She's like, why do you have this? And do you know what this is? And he's like, just solve the box, you know?
Yeah.
He's being an ass. It turns out he was cheating on her multiple times. And she's like, fine. And she solves the box. She goes to the hell world with the Cenobites. And they're like, finally, get over here, girl. Mm-hmm. And she's like, how about this? I give you 5 souls instead of mine. And this time I like it because Pinhead was like not trying to act like he wasn't going to make a deal. He's like, no, that sounds good.
Yeah, he's on board.
He's like, let's do it.
So like Kirsty is playing some like 3D chess here.
Yeah.
Where she's like, he wants me to solve the puzzle box. I'll do it, but I'm one step ahead of him.
Yeah.
And also, clearly they hate each other in this marriage, but he's actively having affairs with these other women. So she's saying, I'll give you not only my husband, this asshole, but all the people he's been cheating on me with.
Yeah, and his friend.
Who's conspiring to kill me as well.
Which I got to ask this. We hadn't brought this up. They've been married for 5 years. I assume they dated for a few years as well. Mm-hmm. At what point in the relationship do you bring up the fact that you've been to hell once or twice?
Yeah. I guess, at this point, it's like too late to be like, well, actually, like I've seen this thing before.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to get the best of me, but I should let you know, like I actually have experience with this.
Yeah.
I just think like none of this would have happened, presumably, if he knew she'd already been to hell and dealt with this box, he couldn't use the box.
Right.
He'd probably just get a traditional divorce.
Yeah. Which is what he should have done the whole time, even though he wanted her, again, Uncle Frank's money and her dad's money, loser Larry.
Yeah.
Freaky
so that
Frank.
is true. He did want that money.
Yeah. Which I was like, do you want to get out of the apartment? Because I think you could do that pretty easily, actually, without that much money. I don't think you need that much money to get out of that apartment complex.
So basically, when we're finding all this out, we're realizing that he essentially made this deal, did this thing, and then Pinhead kind of wiped his memory.
Yeah.
So he could be the good person he wanted to be, all problem solved.
Yeah.
However, everyone still saw him as that jerk he was. So this whole movie, you're watching a guy who like doesn't know who he is deal with people that do, which in theory I think is like a very clever idea. I think this is like cool, a cool way to do the movie.
I like it.
In watching it and seeing it in practice, you're like I said earlier, it's like if that Kirsty reveal happened like midway through, and we got to see more of it. Like it feels like you said, like it feels more like a short film idea, than like a full feature. Yeah, and then eventually you're like, I do kind of want a protagonist who's like doing something.
Yeah, I wanted him to do something. I wanted him to question things. I wanted him to actively go about and be like, weird stuff's happening. Why is it happening?
And I do think they get around that by being like, he wakes up in a different place. You never really know what the real world is. Yeah, but the problem with that is like it's just hard to figure out when you should care because are any stakes real if they're constantly changing whether they're real or not.
Right. And this was like a genre of film around this time of like psychological, like, oh, is he secretly dead this whole time, but he's not going to know it because he's just going to keep going through his life or whatever. So it wasn't like this was, I was like, this movie's been done better by other people, but like this did have some cool ideas. I liked it. I just wanted to like it more. And
there was a movie around this area I really hated. I remember being like so excited to see called Gothica. Do you remember Gothica with Halle Berry and Robert Downey Jr.? I remember like being very excited to see that, and I hated it.
Well, I never saw it.
It's a similar like psychological. Yeah, she's convinced she's crazy when she's not, or vice versa.
What's the deal? I
don't know. I saw it in 7th grade. I never saw it again. I really don't remember.
Yeah.
I just remember that I didn't like it.
Was it before or after Monster Ball?
Probably after, but I don't know. Didn't see that either. I was too young.
Yeah, same.
I feel like I know
Am I
what
too young? I
happens.
mean, I'm still too young now. I don't want everyone to see
yes,
that movie.
I've read what happens, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah,
and I feel
that's all that matters. I had a friend who took her mom to go see that movie. She was like, I've heard it's really good. And then she was like, oh, no.
Oh, my God. Of all the movies.
Yeah.
So while we're getting all this Kiersey flashback and Trevor down there, some new Cenobites show up.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot. You don't see them super clearly. You get like one shot of each.
Yeah, it's really bad.
We were texting about it. They kind of just seem like copies. It was like cheat off the first movie's paper, but don't make it look too similar. Like don't look like I cheated too hard. Like it's literally one of them I thought was just Butterball, but they blindfolded him. They're like, he's blindfolded now. I was like, what? So there's one with the top hat above his mouth. The skin has been like folded on the opposite side and like stapled on, which was okay. Yeah. It looked just kind of like twisted up. I think their names were like bound and gagged. Like I looked this up and somebody's like, their names are bound and gagged. They didn't even need a name. They literally like you see them each for maybe 5 seconds. One character was called the Surgeon, and I guess that one had a cool look. I thought. Yeah, he looked neat, but again, they barely showed him for a second. She's like, why? He had like his skull, like the brain surgery was happening. He had like an apparatus around his forehead. The top was exposed, and then he had like things covering his eyes. Yeah. It was my hands. And then there was like a Butterball guy that just had like wire around his eyes. I don't know. Yeah. It was fine. But it's okay. So then we reveal that plan. She'll give him the 5 souls. We then we go back to the car accident. Mm-hmm. And what we learn is that the reason the car crashed is because she shot him in the head. Yeah, with his gun. Which gets briefly mentioned at the beginning of the movie, and then you're like, oh, why does she have a gun? You're like, oh, yeah. She tells the detective that he shot himself in the head. Yeah. And then he realizes, oh, he's also the murderer of all these other people. Yeah. So she successfully ties it all up. Yeah. She does not shed a tear, which I did write that note. I was like, Kiersey, shed a tear already. Yeah, he's going to think you're weird. Sad. Yeah. But granted, they were having marital issues. Yeah. That's part of her alibi. Yeah. I did enjoy that Allison, the character, the doctor, she's talking to his corpse. Yeah. Like fully like he's a normal guy. Like, sorry, I stepped away for a minute. I had to leave you for a second. Yeah. And the coroner goes like, hey, like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, why are you talking to him? Super creepy. She says, well, what if there's no afterlife? Wouldn't you want someone to talk to you like a normal human being? Yeah. And his response was, you're freaking me out. Yeah. And I'm the coroner. They find an eel inside his body. I really liked his delivery of that. Yeah. I'm a coroner. That's the other thing I wrote is that like the word coroner is clearly a Velcro patch on the back of their jacket. Yeah. Which I was like, why? Are you not a coroner sometimes? I think they do. Don't they do that with, I think it is Velcro. But I know it is Velcro, but like why? In this case, I was like, you're just the coroner. You're not something else. You're not like... That's true. Sometimes I'm a U.S. Marshal. Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Slap a coroner thing on it. I was like, well, did they borrow these jackets from somebody? They're like, well, give them right back. We're not going to ride on them, okay? Maybe this is obvious, but when I worked on a show for Quibi that had like action stuff to it, and they needed like a SWAT team in the show. Yeah. And there was a company we use. I like, this is such a like duh, but I didn't know this. I got really excited about it. There was some company, I forgot what they were called, but basically it's like ex-military that has all their own gear, and they know like what it's supposed to, like if they're like breaching into a building, they know where they're supposed to stand and like how to physically do it. Yeah. So like the production would just hire them and then be like, here's what we want you to do. And they kind of consult and go like, oh, that's not how we would enter a building. We'd do it like this. Yeah. And they kind of like, they're actors who also give like notes on like, here's how like it would actually happen. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Yeah. But then also we had some like, we had to get, trucks for like a mobile command center. Mm-hmm. And as we were like touring it, the guy's like, yeah, well, these all light up. We can get them really colorful and a lot of stuff to click and pull. It's like literally like a little kid. It's you can tap all these buttons and they light up and the screens are on. And we're like, yeah, I guess it is like how you got to think about it. Yeah. I like it. It makes sense. Interesting world. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Kiersey's walking away. The detective's like, hey, come over here. He's like, we found the box in the car, and I was going to use this evidence, but you know what? Don't worry about it. Yeah, because she's like, he's like, what is this? And she's like, oh, it was an anniversary gift from my husband, which like, hey, that's true. Yeah. Great cover. She ain't lying. It's like, we were going to put it in evidence, but like, here, why don't you just take it? Yeah. Why he insists, bizarre. Mm-hmm. You should just have it. And then she walks away.
as Nellie's Hot in Here plays again, which again,
Hot and ba ba. That'd be crazy if that's
take off all your clothes. Like, credits start to roll.
Credits roll. That's our movie.
Yeah. Also, Clive Barker did get to watch this movie.
I saw that.
And the director was like, do you like it? And Clive Barker was like, kind of like it. Do you want you to make some changes to the third act?
Yeah.
And he's like, I can do that. And he did. And I don't know if the movie's better or worse for it.
I read that he simply said there should be more gore in it, and that was all that he did. I don't know what's true.
I agree with Clive.
So supposedly some more got added.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know where it was.
There wasn't a ton.
No.
But I also wasn't like, this thing needs more. It just like felt like it needed a little.
There was something
been fun with a little more.
I cared more about the story than anything. I was like, if we could just done some other stuff here with the story, that'd been great.
Just so we know what we're up against, here's so this was October of 2002, excuse me. Mm-hmm. The top movies of the week this came out.
Yeah.
Number 1 was Red Dragon. Funny enough, I'm reading that book right now.
You like it?
Yeah, I think it's great. Never seen Red Dragon. Sweet Home Alabama, Brown Sugar, The Transporter, The Tuxedo.
Hey.
That was the top 5 that week. 2002 was a banger year for horror.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff coming out.
A lot of cool stuff.
Here's the list. 28 Days Later, Blade 2, Bubba Hotep, Cabin Fever, the TV version of Carrie. Never saw it. Cube 2 Hypercube.
I did see the TV version of Carrie. It's not good.
Dark Water, the original.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
Dog Soldiers, Eight-Legged Freaks, great movie. The Eye, Fear.com. Always a weird movie when I see it because they spell it out all the way.
Yeah.
Weird to see one word, FEARDOTCOM. But I guess fear with a literal dot and COM would look stupider.
Yeah, I think the sequel had a weird one. Did you see the sequel?
No, is this a setup?
What?
This feels like a setup.
No.
What is it?
It was just HTTPS.
I knew it.
Yeah. Fear.org.
Yeah. Fear.com/more.
They spelled fear, FEER.
God. That's going to be the website for our podcast. Fear.com, but spelled FEER. Do you think that goes to anything?
I don't know.
Actual FEER.com?
Dude, don't get stuck in Hellraiser.
We're going. Fear.com. We're having trouble. It's not a real site. We could buy it right now.
Dude, that could be ours. What about fear.org?
Ghost Ship, Halloween Resurrection. That's the Busta Rhymes one.
Yeah, I saw Ghost Ship. Did you see Ghost Ship?
No, but I've seen that first scene because everyone was like, the first scene's great. And it was.
Dude, man, there were so many cool things that could happen. I read I think I read the original script and I've read stuff about it where I was like, oh, this would be cool. And then apparently this was another one where the studio got involved. They're like, no.
Yeah. You know, it's not good when you said, oh man, there's so many cool things they could have done.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Okay. Reviews. May, that movie May with Angela Betts, who's also in Carrie. Big year for her. I never saw May.
What's going on with her now?
I don't know.
No.
Queen of the Damned. Mm-hmm. Aaliyah.
Rest in peace.
Resident Evil. The U.S. Ring. Rose Red.
Yeah.
They, which is a Russ Craven movie I do not know anything about, but I always saw the poster.
I think I saw it.
And then I think he just produced. I don't think he directed. And then Wishmaster 4, The Prophecy Fulfilled.
I saw that movie.
I also wrote, we're in a big J-horror phase right now.
Yeah.
Because The Eye, Dark Water, and The Grudge, which all got remade in America, came out this year. And then the Gore Verbinski Ring came out this year.
The Ring did gangbusters, and that set off a bunch of Japanese, American remakes of Japanese horror movies. The Grudge and all that stuff.
Right.
And then Pulse was one, which was written by the same guy who wrote the next Hellraiser movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. He was told by Weinstein to be like, hey, make the next Hellraiser movie like Pulse and The Ring and other Japanese horror movies. And he's like, okay.
Yeah. Fine. Done.
Fine.
I snagged some Letterboxd reviews I'd like to read for you.
Okay.
Men on Film gave this 2.5. Remember when these movies were just about bringing horny British men back to an attic? I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Branson
We still gave it 2.5 stars, which is not bad.
Yeah. Branson Reese, who's a pretty funny Letterboxd critic and comedian, wrote, "This is
the New York guy.
Yeah,
he's great.
He wrote, "This is a remake of Inferno more than any sort of sequel to Hellraiser. That's fine. I'll keep drinking that garbage," which I would agree with.
Yeah.
MDF gave it 1 star. So weird how this franchise started with Muppet claws emerging from obelisks to zip up horny guys in leather pants and fasten screwdrivers to their nipples, and ended as a police procedural about the dangers of cheating. Aspen gave it 2 stars. Imagine cheating on Christy Cotton. Trevor got what he deserved. Emo Phillips gave this 1 star, which I don't know if this is the real Emo Phillips or not.
I hope it is.
I really hope it is. It's worth looking at Emo Phillips' letterbox. For those of you who don't know, he's a very alt comedian.
Yeah.
Huge in like the 80s and 90s. Very funny.
Very funny.
He's in UHF. Very memorable scene. Mm-hmm. I just pulled some quotes from his review because it is long. The worst part is this movie tricks you into thinking it'll explain itself by being mostly watchable. Ultimately, it's a garbage imitation of Jacob's Ladder, which may actually be a better Hellraiser movie than this, with the director using the dream element to sidestep the necessity to actually make it make any sense. Awful CGI, boringly tame, and infrequent erotic moments, and nobody really even gets tortured by Cenobites. Just brief glimpses of what often turn out to be dreams.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Yeah, I'm with it.
In his rankings, he put this at 9 of 10 when he ranked all of them. This was his second least favorite.
What was 10?
I don't remember.
Was it the one that was shot in 2 weeks?
No, because that one was not listed. He didn't. I don't think he had seen it. I think it might have been Hell World.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I wrote down a lot of people, just based off my reading through Letterboxd, a lot of people seem to think this is like a carbon copy of Inferno. And a lot of people think both this and Inferno would be better as standalone movies instead of Hellraiser movies, which I think is probably why there's a rumor that they started as.
Yeah.
It seems to be that they were all commissioned as Hellraiser movies.
Yeah.
But these movies feel so unlike Hellraiser that I do think it makes more sense to be like, oh, it's like a Die Hard. They just grabbed a movie that was similar and put Cenobites.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It definitely feels weird, but then it's also like weird to like look through like trivia of stuff that was like commissioned as Hellraiser pitches, and then I guess to see how some of them were just torn apart and turned into something else, and you're like, why did you do this? And like, we didn't have the budget for it. I was like, that doesn't mean make a weaker movie. Just like find a cheaper movie to make.
Yeah, I wrote too like. It's so interesting how some people are like, this one's just cheap trash, like phoning it in. And then others are like, it's trying to harken back to the vibes of the original.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do think the Kirsty ending, you're like, yeah, this is rad. And this does feel like the franchise. But the issue is like, it feels shoehorned in at the end as opposed to like what the movie's actually about.
Yeah, it's odd. It's an odd thing. It's just, I don't know. I thought it was cool when all the chains got into Trevor. I was like, there we go.
Yeah.
This is it.
The ending, it leaves you going like, hell yeah, that's what these movies are.
It.
You got it?
We got it, but it just took a little longer to get there. And I was like, this movie could have been, you could have shaved 10 minutes off this movie.
And it was under an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's like, once you know what's going on, you're like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Like, at least for me, I was interested once I kind of knew what was going on. However, like, it takes too long to get there.
Right.
And then by the time you kind of understand, it's like what Emo Phillips said, or fake Emo Phillips, either way.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's setting up, asking so many questions and throwing these like ideas out there that you're like, oh, this is kind of cool, but has no interest in like landing the plane. It's just throwing out ideas and concepts.
Yeah.
And then the movie just ends. And you're like, oh, okay.
It's odd. And I think maybe you and I were talking about this, but it was just like, why doesn't he want to do anything? Why is he just like, I'm just going to passively go along with this and see what happens and never bring it up? Like, I was like, I want to know more about Allison. I want to know more. I feel like that if he'd had also all of his connections to people just seemed like, I mean, again, they're not really there. So I understand that. But also I'm like, hey, have him make a connection with somebody. Allison seemed like the best bet. There was a movie I liked. I remember watching it as a kid, and at one point, the sister in the movie just disappears. Like, she's just dead, and they don't show her death. It's off screen. It's barely mentioned. And then her sister, who's a cop, like goes to see her in the morgue, and she's just talking to a blanket over her body. And I was like,
"What movie is this?"
It wasn't Honor and Glory, or maybe it was. It was a martial arts movie with what's her name? She's a blonde-haired woman. Not Bridget
Dolly
Nielsen.
Parton?
No, Cynthia Rothrock. Movie.
Uh-huh.
What happened was that they could not afford to pay the actress who played her sister in the movie.
Oh.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm not going to continue to be in this. I'll see you later." And they didn't tell Cynthia Rothrock this until like too late. And she was like, "What happened now?" They're like, "Yeah, she's gone." So
Don't worry, we got a sheet.
Yeah, don't worry. We got a sheet. And so Cynthia Rothrock had to just talk to this sheet.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, and so I feel like there's most in this movie where I was like, I think they had a good idea with Allison, and maybe Allison's actress was like, "I'm getting paid, right?" And they're like, "Ooh, did you see the car thing at the beginning?" Of the movie?
It sounds like no one made any money off this thing.
No.
I do, like, the thing is, like, I really like the, like...
Oops, sorry.
The idea of, like, this guy is like, I'm a good person.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, no, you weren't. And everyone else is telling the truth, and you're the one who's in the lie.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is because we're also in the dark like he is for so much of the movie. And I do think it's like, what if instead we knew that from the jump?
Yeah.
We knew that he kind of got what he got his amnesia wish.
Yeah.
Like, they just should have told us that earlier.
Yeah.
And then we could enjoy, like, seeing what happens. But then again, it's like the thing I brought earlier with the neighbor, neighbor he hooks up with.
Yeah.
He is sleeping with her.
Yeah.
He's cheating on her with him.
Yeah.
So when he goes to the door and she's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's like, but you have been cheating with him.
Yeah.
Don't act like that never happened.
Yeah, that was really weird.
I think instead she should have been like, not now, my boyfriend's here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's super just odd. I wish they would have made that more clear. I wish we could have seen what happened to the boss. Like, why is she dead? Other than the fact that she didn't give him a promotion, maybe. We know Kirsty killed her, but...
Well, she's dead because he was having an affair with her, too.
Yeah, but I just want to know, like, it almost feels like she died off screen, other than we saw that the Cenobites, like, suffocate her. Like...
I wish there was some, like, maybe even if, like, blood appeared as it was happening or something, just to cement, like, that was real.
Yeah.
You know? Or even just, like, they found a corpse or something. Like, because it makes you go, like, well, then how did she die? How did they figure it out? Where's the body? Where did it happen? All that stuff, you know?
Here's a pitch. What if we saw all 5 of those people going through their own personal Hellraiser moments since they were all dead and given to Pinhead?
That'd be kind of interesting.
That'd be kind of fun. It feels at time, like, Saw became really big, what year? 2003?
Something like that.
I feel like this movie, at times, like, there's moments where I'm like, this could have been a precursor to Saw. Like, they could have, like, done some cool stuff with this. Like, hey, here's why you're here. Now figure it out. You know?
Yeah. I do think, and I've said this before, but, like, my biggest complaint with some of these sequels is, like, I want someone to actively open the box.
Yes.
I prefer my Hellraiser to be like, you made a choice and now you're suffering the consequences.
Yeah.
And what I think is cool about
That's
this
how
movie
my mom
is...
felt like when she was playing Monopoly with us. She was like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, that's what she said when you land on Ocean Avenue or whatever. You land on Park Place and she tells you you're suffering the consequences. No, but I enjoy it. I thought it was a clever idea to be like, you're watching someone pay the consequences, but you did not see them open it.
Yeah.
You find out later that they already have.
Right.
Like, that is a cool concept. They just don't pull it off.
Right. Hellraiser Inferno, on the other hand, they show him solving that box, and then he's like, uh-oh.
But he doesn't know what it is.
No.
That I don't like. My hot take is this is a better movie than Inferno, in my opinion.
Well, it's getting hot in here.
But it's not hot, and I think it's better, but not by much.
Yeah.
That's where I land on this.
Okay. Like, what would you rate it then?
Yeah, should we go ahead and get into our pins?
Yes.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go and go first. I usually go first.
I can go first.
Go first, bro.
Okay, so just to run these back really quick. So Hellraiser 1, I gave 18 out of 20 pins.
Yeah.
Hellraiser 2, Hellbound, 17.5. 3, Hell on Earth, 15. Bloodline, 15.5. Hellraiser Inferno, 10.
Okay.
For Hellraiser Hellseeker,
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 13 out of 20.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm essentially halfway between Inferno and Bloodline
Okay.
with my 13. Andy, running back through yours.
Yeah. We've talked about it. That's changed my mind a little bit.
What?
Us talking about it has changed my mind a little bit. I came with an idea of like what I was going to do.
Oh, I want to hear how it changed.
Originally, I was going to give it a 10 out of 20.
Okay.
But after talking this out with you, and explaining my grievances, but also understanding that there were cool parts that I did like. I'm going to give it a 13 as well.
13. We tied up.
Yeah.
So you're rating this above Inferno.
Yes.
Okay, because you gave that a 12.
Yeah. But I like that earlier we were texting about the fact that this movie did feel like a lot like a Hellraiser Inferno, except for it did not have karate cowboys. And it's weird to watch this movie and you think about it, you're like, oh, I guess karate cowboys were not the problem. In Inferno, they were fun. They were fun and cool.
I really do think, man, if we could just cherry pick some of the stuff out of both of these and just make them the same movie, I think I'd like it a lot more.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no crazy cowboys. I was just a little more invested. No part of me was going like, what's going on in sort of like a you're making mistakes way.
Yeah.
But more in a what's going on you're not explaining enough way. Mm-hmm. Whereas in Inferno, there was a lot of what's going on and like I feel like the movie's making issues for themselves sort of way.
For sure.
But yeah, man. Hellraiser 6, baby.
Hellraiser.
I know. I do miss the song.
Yeah. They should do it. I don't know. Like, I was like, do you guys not just own the song? Just own the song.
Yeah, just use it every time.
Yeah.
Make it your theme song.
Why not?
What, so next up, we've got my favorite title of any movie ever, Hellraiser Deader.
I still remember the first time I told you about that, and you're like, that's not the real title. I was like, it is the real title.
I can't believe it's called Deader.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm about to ask the question I'm going to ask.
Okay.
Does the movie have to do with the word deader? Does someone become more dead?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad title.
I know it's still a bad title.
But like it cannot make sense.
It kind of makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I maintain that Inferno and Hellseeker are bad titles.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that a guy is going through his own personal hell for Inferno, Hellseeker makes no sense. No one's seeking anything in this movie.
No.
They're actively not seeking.
No. He's an amnesia seeker.
Yeah.
And that gives away too much. So...
Yeah.
But yeah, the next movie, I think you might like a little more than this one, I hope.
Do you remember liking it more than this one?
I remember liking it more than this one at times. There's times where I've watched it and been like, I like this movie better than the last one. Yeah. There's other times where I watch it and I'm like, that effect is so cheap and I can't believe they did that.
That is one thing with the whole like different stories that just involve the Hellraiser, the Cenobites and stuff, is there's sort of a thing of like, you can kind of like, what flavor of Hellraiser are you in the mood for?
Yeah.
Do you want a detective movie? Do you want to like kind of action packed pinheads like on the loose? Do you want a creepy sexual one? Like you can kind of get your own version.
Yeah.
Which is the upside to them all feeling so disjointed.
Yeah.
But hey,
I think it's is there anyone you prefer?
I do like but like I just find like the first two, I like the grimy like pseudo set because I don't think anything does it like that.
Right.
There's not really any other horror that
you can't compare them.
I enjoy Hell on Earth. You can get that from other movies, other franchises to some extent.
Sure.
I'd say you could put on a Nightmare on Elm Street and kind of get the same energy.
Similar vibe.
Yeah.
Or Wishmaster. Yeah.
Never seen, but certainly.
Same writer, actually. So yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Also, just like I'm not a big like cop guy. I just never really cared for like detective stories. I never got into any like CSI procedural kind of stuff. So like just like due process shit, I kind of find not that I check out, but I'm just not as gripped by it. You know,
bad news for you.
No, it's more cop stuff.
Not the next one, no.
Okay,
but there is another movie coming up down the line that
I'm so sick of cop.
There's another
shit.
cop one.
Get them out.
I don't know why they did it. I don't know if they're just like people like it when they do it in Saw, and I was like they don't.
No, we just want to see the traps.
Yeah, we just want to see the traps and them do crazy things. But every time they're like, let's put more cops in it. I'm like, why?
Like, cop stuff is boring.
Yeah.
I saw the Saw movies, like, I've only seen the first 3.
Yeah.
I saw them, like, right when they came out. I'm going to spoil either 2 or 3. I don't remember which.
Yeah.
But one of them, Donnie Wahlberg's, like, searching for his son.
Yeah.
And then you've seen these?
Yes.
And then the twist is that the son is, like, in the room with him, like, in a safe.
Yeah.
I hated that.
It's dumb.
I still think about how much I hated that.
I watched all of them during the pandemic because I was just like, I had a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah.
But I remember my favorite thing in the world is...
Your favorite thing in the world?
Yes. Is I like any movie where they don't have the budget to hire youthful versions of the actors, so they just make the actors like dress younger or
I've
whatever.
seen the Jigsaw dressed like a skater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, and they're like, this is him whenever he's 45. I was like, no.
I'm always like, just get an actor. It drives me crazy. Like now there's the whole trend of like using the CGI de-aging or whatever.
Yeah, which I hate that.
I'm like, get an actor. The big one for me, did you see the last Indiana Jones?
No.
Dial of Destiny?
No.
The whole opening sequence is
Yeah.
him de-aged. And I just kept thinking, this would have been such a fun stunt cast.
Yeah.
Just like River Phoenix in the third one.
Yeah.
Like, get a known actor to play him younger.
Yeah.
Get like a Bradley Cooper. Get like, anyone would do that.
Right.
And just have them do the one sequence.
Yeah.
People would have loved that. That would have
Yeah.
been sick.
Yeah.
Instead, you got this really bizarre looking computer imaging Harrison Ford. Ugh.
Yeah, it looks super weird. I think it'd be funny if they did a young Pinhead and it's just Pinhead but wearing holding a skateboard. And he's
The
like
pins
just,
should be a little smaller.
Yeah.
They're like little tiny nails.
he keeps like throwing up shotguns at people like while they're getting tortured.
They should do like Hellraiser the teen years.
He's so funny.
You know what would be fun is to do. I know we went back in time in Bloodlines,
Yeah.
but like, what if there was like an actual like period piece Hellraiser,
Yeah.
like an '80s Hellraiser?
I want to see an 80s. I mean, technically Hellraiser 1 is an 80s Hellraiser, but I see what you're saying.
Like, do like
I know
a
what you're saying.
retro
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't know.
I want to see a Hellraiser Western. I think that'd be cool.
Because they do kind of imply like the boxes always existed.
Yeah.
So what if it was, because it's not like Jumanji where the game got like put away and then showed up one day.
Right.
Like what if it was just like the other times where it has shown up, like Prey with the Predator movie,
Yeah.
where it's like that was a really cool concept.
Yeah.
Do more
I thought
stuff
so.
like that.
Yeah. What if it was just called Hellraiser Lament?
Sure,
Yeah.
it would make as much sense as whatever the hell this one was called, Hellseeker.
So there's a movie that a guy pitched that they were like, it's too expensive, but it was like in the town of Lament. And it was a coal mining town, but they were coming up with the ore that they would use to make the Lament configuration. And they're like, "Oh my God, you're actually gonna."
It's made of wood.
Yeah. Well, they inlay it with like metal on the box and stuff like that.
Right.
Too. Yeah,
That's kind of interesting.
I like it.
Yeah. All right, fine.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Let's end this thing, huh?
No.
Should we wrap it up? No. You don't want to? You want to keep going? Just 10 more minutes, then we wrap it up?
No, we're going to wrap it up.
Okay, we'll go. Thanks everyone for listening, and hope you're enjoying your Hellraiser movies as much as we are.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for Deader.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
And that's all.
Yeah, guys, have a great. Oh, hey, Joe, you got anything coming up?
No. Do you?
Yes, I am hosting a show for a friend called Trigger Warning. Probably gonna do a lot of Hellraiser jokes. People are like,
Nice.
"Oh, why are you talking to us
When
about
is
this?"
it?
It's on April 11th.
Okay, this one
well
for
after
sure.
it comes out.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, I've got a hockey game tomorrow,
yeah?
April 1st. If anyone's
Excited
around, wants to
about it.
come, it's the new season starting up. Yeah. So
What's
anyway,
your mascot?
we're the. What is our team? The Hot Wheels.
Oh,
We don't have a logo or anything, but we're called the Hot Wheels.
oh man.
And my other team is the Average Joes, which I think is a dodgeball reference.
Yeah, it is.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah, I used to play in a co-ed league soccer league, and one of the teams is called Average Joes as well. I was like,
It
if you
seems like
guys-
an easy enough name for everyone to be.
We were the Napoleon Dynamites.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
Then
a
we
weird name.
Yeah, then we became the Luth Company.
The Luth?
Bluth?
Oh, that makes more sense. I
Yeah.
thought you said Luth. I was like, it's like
No.
a pun?
No.
I thought maybe it was a soccer term.
Yeah, we all did.
We got to get out of here.
Yep.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Love you. Bye.